My child, I see you. Not just when you're smiling, not just when you're worshiping. I see you when you're tired, but you keep going. I see you when no one says thank you, but you still serve. I see you when your prayers feel like whispers in the dark, but you pray anyway. You think I'm far, but I'm closer than your breath. You think you're behind, but you're right where I need you. You are not losing. You are not late. You are winning, even when it feels like you're not. Because victory in my kingdom is not always loud. It's not always noticed, but it is always real. You are winning when you choose peace instead of revenge. You are winning when you forgive even though the wound is still fresh. You are winning when you get back up after a fall. When you hold on to hope in a hopeless world, that is victory. When you walk away from what used to enslave you, that is strength. So I need you to listen carefully, because I'm not just telling you to keep going. I'm telling you, you are already winning. Chapter 1. Every step counts. You often ask me if you're doing enough, if you're making progress, if your effort matters. And I smile because I see what you don't. I see you waking up each day with the desire to do right, even when it's hard. I see the discipline you apply when no one else is around to applaud it. Every step you take, even the small ones, build something eternal. You want big results, but I treasure consistent faithfulness. You measure by numbers and moments, but I measure by obedience and trust. My son didn't rush to the cross. He walked there, one obedient step at a time, with resolve that eternity would be changed by his sacrifice. There are no wasted efforts in my hands. That moment you prayed instead of panicked, I saw it. That day you showed love to someone who didn't deserve it. That moved heaven. The night you cried but still believed, that made the darkness tremble. Even your tears, I collect them. Not one falls without my notice. So stop measuring progress by what you can see. You walk by faith, not by sight. Trust that your labor in me is never in vain. You are not stuck. You are being rooted deeper. You are not invisible. You are being refined and reinforced. You are being fortified for a calling greater than you can imagine. Victory begins in private. Before David took down Goliath, he fought lions and bears where no one could see. I trained him there, far from the crowd and the crown. I'm training you now, in your quiet obedience, in your daily perseverance. Every time you resist what once controlled you, you win. Every time you choose me over the world, you grow stronger, more grounded, more radiant. Don't minimize what I maximize. Don't despise small beginnings. I use them to prepare mighty victories. The hidden things you're building today are laying the foundation for a future only I can see. Keep stepping. Keep sowing. Keep believing. Every act of faith, no matter how small, is a step toward the destiny I've already written for you. Chapter 2. Your setbacks are setups. There's not a storm I've allowed that I didn't plan to use. Not a single gust of wind, not one crashing wave has escaped my authority. What the enemy sent to destroy you, I'm using to develop you. Every tear you've cried, every door that slammed shut in your face, every moment you felt betrayed or overlooked. I've seen it all, and I have been at work within it all. You cried when they left. You questioned me when the plan fell apart. You doubted your purpose when the ground beneath you shifted. But I was there, reordering what seemed ruined, reshaping what was broken, restoring what looked impossible. Not one part of your life is random. Not a single piece has been overlooked. I waste nothing, not even the pain you wish had never touched you. Remember Joseph, thrown in a pit, sold into slavery, forgotten in a prison, betrayed by those closest to him. But none of it was a detour. Every step was a page in the story I was writing. It was divine preparation for a divine purpose. Because I knew where I was taking him. To the palace, to the seat of influence, to the place where he would not only survive but rescue others. And I know where I'm taking you. The road may be steep, but it is sacred. What looks like delay is actually destiny unfolding. What feels like loss is not defeat. It's pruning for greater growth. Just as a gardener prunes a vine to bring forth more fruit, I remove what hinders so that you can flourish in fullness. I cut away not to hurt, but to heal. I remove to replace with better, not lesser. I strip away only to clothe you in something stronger, more durable, more like me. I break to rebuild with strength rooted in righteousness, not in comfort or pride. I allow the struggle not to wound you, but to sharpen what I've placed in you. That sharpening brings clarity, courage, and conviction. The pain is not a sign that I've left. It's often the sign that I'm closest. It means transformation is underway. You can't lose what's meant for you because I hold it in hands that never let go and a heart that never turns away. What is destined by me is preserved by me, and nothing can snatch it from my grip. You are not cursed. You are being crafted with care, with intention, and with vision. You are not forgotten. You are being fitted for a higher calling that only perseverance can unlock. The fire you feel is forging gold, not just within you, but around you, purifying your relationships, your thoughts, your motives. I'm tempering your faith, purifying your intentions, and strengthening your resolve. Refinement isn't punishment, it's promotion. It's the evidence that I am preparing you for more. That closed door wasn't punishment. It was protection from what would have distracted or destroyed you, from what seemed good but wasn't godly. That silence wasn't rejection. It was instruction, a quiet space where you could hear me whisper what you'd miss in noise. It was an invitation to come deeper, to draw closer, to build roots that storms cannot shake. That delay wasn't denial. It was alignment with my higher timing, which never fails and never falters. My pace is deliberate. I'm not slow, I'm strategic. I don't rush greatness. I wait to bring the fullness of my promise in a way that nothing and no one can interrupt, in a way that leaves no doubt that I was the one who opened the door. Your story is not over. It is a living testimony still being written by my hand. The pen has not dropped, the ink is not dry, and every chapter ahead is filled with purpose you have yet to discover. You are not behind. You are in process, and the process is sacred. You are in the middle of a miracle, even if you can't see the end from here. You are on a sacred path paved by grace and paced by wisdom. You are walking not alone, but with me. Every step counted, every detour redeemed. My timing is not late. It's perfect and precise, carved with a love that sees the whole picture and writes every detail with mercy. Trust me with what hurts. Trust me with what confuses you. Trust me with what you gave up hope on. I will use it to launch you higher, to sharpen your voice into one that carries truth, to deepen your heart with wisdom, to expand your influence with grace, to magnify my glory through your life with beauty you never imagined. I always do, and I always will. I am faithful even in the stretch. I am near even in the silence. I am moving even when the way seems still. I'm not finished with you. I'm just beginning. Chapter 3. You are stronger than you think. You don't see it, but I do. I see how much you've grown in silence in private when no one else was watching. I see the battles you've won that no one will ever know about, the moments you chose peace when anger begged to speak, the times you stayed when walking away would have been easier, the things that used to break you. Now you bend and stand. You may not see it clearly, but I do. You used to crumble under the weight of doubt, but now you rise with a heart fortified by my truth. The lies that used to shake your identity, now you speak truth to them with confidence and conviction. The fears that used to control your mind, now they meet resistance, not because they've disappeared, but because you've learned to confront them with faith. You may not feel powerful, but you have power. You may look in the mirror and only see a survivor, but I see a soldier in my army. My spirit lives in you. The same spirit that raised Jesus from the dead lives inside you, filling you with wisdom, strength, and perseverance. That's not a metaphor. That's reality. That's supernatural truth. You are not weak. You are not at the mercy of your feelings. You are not trapped by your past, your habits, or your circumstances. You are walking proof that my power is made perfect in weakness. You are rising, and your life is becoming a declaration of my goodness. You've learned to fight on your knees, and that posture of surrender is where you found your strength. You've learned to speak life over your situation, even when your voice trembled. You've stood firm when the winds of discouragement blew hard. Even when trembling, you refused to bow to fear. Don't underestimate what I've taught you in the dark. What you've overcome isn't just history, it's testimony. It's your weapon. Your scars now speak of victory. Your wounds are now wisdom. Your story has become a key that will unlock freedom in others. Strength is not loud. It is not about noise or display. It does not need applause or recognition to exist. It is quiet, but it carries weight. It is resilient, born in adversity and tested in the fires of affliction. True strength isn't always seen in victories. It's in the resolve to keep going without them. It rises again and again, not because it never falls, but because it refuses to stay down. It is calm in chaos, not because chaos isn't real, but because the calm is rooted in me. It stands unshaken in storms because it leans on something immovable. My promises, my presence, my truth. It is anchored in truth that does not change with circumstance. My word is your anchor. My truth is your foundation. No matter how the world shifts, no matter how emotions swirl, my truth stays the same. And when you build on it, so do you. So don't be fooled by the shaking around you. The shaking is temporary. What I've planted in you is eternal. Don't let the confusion of the world convince you that you're not steady. You are steadied by my spirit, guided by my hand, and grounded in my will. You are rooted in me, deep roots that stretch into grace, into endurance, into wisdom. You are stable because I hold you, not because everything around you is perfect. You are strong not because of what you feel, but because of who you belong to. Because even when you feel weak, my strength becomes your supply. You are strong because you are mine, and nothing can shake what I've secured. Not the storm, not the voices, not the failure, not the fear. What I have planted in you will flourish. What I have spoken over you will be fulfilled. And no force in this world can undo what I have destined. You are strong, not someday, now. Not when you feel ready, but because I've already declared it so. Chapter 4. Keep walking, even when it's quiet. I know it's hard when you don't feel me, when you wonder if I'm listening, when your prayers echo back in silence, when the heavens feel like brass and your spirit feels dry. But silence is not absence. Stillness is not neglect. I am still with you. I am always with you, even when I'm quiet, even when it feels like I've stepped away. I have not. I never do. I watched Jesus in the wilderness, 40 days without a word from heaven. 40 days of hunger, heat, and solitude. Yet I never left him. I was in every moment, every temptation, every dry place. I was the strength in his silence, the resolve in his resistance. And I am with you in yours. I am present in your desert. I am standing in the stillness beside you. The wilderness is not a place of abandonment. It is a place of becoming. The silence is where faith matures, where trust deepens, where obedience becomes real. It is where your roots grow downward so your fruit can grow upward. You don't need a sign when you've got my word, and you have my word. I will never leave you or forsake you. Even if you feel alone, I have not moved. I am still speaking. Sometimes not with sound, but with strength. Not with thunder, but with peace. Don't stop because it's quiet. Don't quit because it's hard. Keep walking, keep worshiping, keep believing. The breakthrough may not look how you imagined, but it will come. I promise you, it will come. The quiet is not a punishment, it's preparation. It's the proving ground of faith. It's the classroom where I teach you that my presence is not based on emotion, but truth. I'm building endurance. I'm teaching you to rely on truth, not feelings. To walk by faith, not sight. To follow even when there's no spotlight. Even now, angels move at my command. Even now, I'm working behind the scenes. Doors are shifting. Hearts are changing. Foundations are being laid. Keep going, child. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are in training. And when this season ends, you will emerge stronger, steadier, and more certain of who I am and who you are in me. Chapter 5. Heaven measures differently. You think because they don't notice, it doesn't matter. You think because you're not applauded, you're not making impact. But my ways are not man's ways. I don't measure success like the world does. I don't count your worth by platforms, followers, or public recognition. I look at the motive of the heart, the intention behind the action, the quiet love that never demands to be seen. You may feel overlooked by others, but you have never once been overlooked by me. In my kingdom, the unseen often matters more than the seen. The private obedience, when no one's around. The hidden faithfulness, when there's no reward. The forgiveness given in silence, when no apology ever came. The love poured out without repayment, without acknowledgement, without reciprocation. These are not small things to me. They are sacred. These are the things that echo through eternity. Jesus washed feet. He dined with sinners. He bore shame without retaliation. The world didn't understand his greatness. They mocked him, rejected him, crucified him. But I did. I saw every act of humility, every withheld word, every silent prayer. And I see yours too. I see when you bite your tongue instead of biting back. I see when you carry burdens that aren't even yours, just to bring someone peace. I see when you remain loyal in seasons of loneliness. Nothing you do for love is wasted. Nothing you do for me goes unnoticed. When you encourage someone who feels forgotten, you look like me. When you comfort someone who's grieving with nothing but your presence, you reveal my heart. When you stay pure in a culture of compromise, you reflect my holiness. When you choose integrity over convenience, you honor me more than you know. When you serve without complaining, when you give without keeping score, when you help without needing credit, you show the world what my kingdom truly looks like. So stop comparing. Stop striving to impress. Stop letting the metrics of men define your mission. Start living for an audience of one. Live with the freedom of knowing that I see it all and I reward what is done in secret. Because in my kingdom, the last will be first. The least will be greatest. The servants will wear crowns, and those who lose their life for me will find a life more abundant than they ever imagined. You are not failing. You are faithful. You are not behind. You are becoming. And that is what I reward, with peace, with purpose, and with my presence that never leaves your side. Chapter 6. The battle is proof of your calling. The enemy doesn't attack what isn't a threat. So when you feel pressure, resistance, or spiritual warfare, it's not punishment, it's confirmation. It's evidence that you're moving in the direction I've set for you. You are walking in purpose. You are stepping into something that shakes the gates of hell. You are disturbing darkness just by standing in light. The friction is not failure. It is proof that you're on the battlefield where destinies shift and chains break. If you were comfortable, coasting and careless, there would be no need for attack. If you were living in spiritual slumber, the enemy wouldn't feel threatened. But you are awake. You are alert. You are intentional with your heart, your time, your worship. You are guarding your gates. You are seeking me with sincerity. And that always shakes darkness. That always makes heaven rejoice and the enemy tremble. So when you feel resistance, don't ask, why me? Ask, what in me is so dangerous to darkness that it needs to be stopped? Look at my son. The moment he began his ministry, the enemy came for him, not to derail him, but to try. The attacks came swiftly because the purpose was strong. But Jesus knew who he was. He didn't flinch. He didn't fold. He fought back with truth. He walked in power, not because the way was easy, but because the word in him was immovable. And so can you. Because my spirit that filled him now fills you. You have my armor, every piece tailored for your battles. You have my spirit, stronger than any force that comes against you. You have the authority of heaven behind you, signed in blood, sealed with resurrection. So don't be intimidated by the fight. Be encouraged by it. Because I wouldn't allow it if I didn't know you could overcome it. Every spiritual battle you face has already been measured by my grace. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory. The outcome is secured. The enemy's threats are hollow when your confidence is anchored in me. Victory doesn't always mean the absence of battle. It means endurance through it. It means standing when you could have fallen. It means choosing me when compromise knocks. It means declaring truth when lies surround you. It means loving when hate is easier. Speaking light when the world is dark. It's quiet resilience. It's daily courage. It's staying the course even when the road is uphill. Keep fighting. You're winning even now. Not because it feels easy, but because you're still moving, still standing, still trusting. That is victory. That is spiritual warfare in its truest form, faith in action. And it shakes the kingdom of darkness every time you take another step in my name. Chapter 7. Joy is your weapon. The world tells you to chase happiness, but happiness depends on what happens. It is fleeting, conditional, and easily disrupted. Joy? Joy is different. Joy is divine. Joy comes from me, and that means it can live in sorrow, because it does not come from circumstance. It can shine in darkness, because it is not of this world. It can grow in drought, because it draws from a source that never runs dry. My joy is not weak. It does not waver with emotion or situation. It is a weapon, sharp, sacred, and enduring. It's how Paul sang in prison with chains on his wrists and hope in his heart. How David danced in the wilderness, not because life was easy, but because he knew I was near. How Jesus endured the cross, not for comfort, but for the joy set before him. The joy of your redemption, your rescue, your restoration. The enemy hates joy because it proves he didn't break you, because it cannot be stolen unless you surrender it, because it rises even when life falls apart. It rises when tears are falling, when laughter seems far away, when you praise me through pain, when you smile in the struggle. That's warfare. That's strength. That's the kind of faith that shakes hell and awakens heaven. Joy is your resistance to despair, your weapon against hopelessness, your refusal to give your peace away to what was never meant to own it, your declaration that I am still good, even when life is not. Your joy is not a denial of suffering, it is a defiance of it. It is the sound of hope echoing through the valley. It is the banner you lift when the battle rages, declaring that I am still worthy and you are still victorious. Choose it, not once, but daily, with intention, with trust. Guard it like a treasure. Feed it with my word, with gratitude, with worship. Return to it when the world tries to drain you, when the days feel heavy, when your heart feels hollow. Your joy is your fuel. It keeps you burning when the fire of motivation dies. It keeps you believing when the evidence is thin. It keeps you alive when all else tries to steal your will to continue. Don't let the enemy steal it. He'll try, through distraction, discouragement, delay. But he cannot take what I have given unless you give him permission. Joy is your inheritance. It is your power. It is the sound of victory in your spirit. You are not empty. You are overflowing, not with temporary emotion, but with eternal promise. Joy is your song. Joy is your stance. Joy is your strength. Live in it. Fight with it. Carry it like a torch in the night and watch the darkness retreat. Chapter 8. You are becoming who I created you to be. You've been shedding layers, letting go of old versions, outgrowing places you once fit, shedding the expectations that once imprisoned you, releasing identities that were built on fear instead of faith. And that's not a loss, it's growth. It's the unveiling of the person I always saw in you. You are becoming who I always knew you were, who I knit together with intention, purpose, and eternal vision. This is the journey of transformation, of sanctification, of becoming more like me, not through pressure, but through proximity. You are not the same person you were last year, and you won't be the same a year from now. Each season, I'm writing new strength into your spirit. I am shaping you, day by day, choice by choice, thought by thought, layer by layer. I'm revealing the masterpiece that has always been within. You've resisted things that once ruled you. You've said no to voices that used to drown out mine. You've healed from wounds that once controlled you, scars now where pain used to dominate. You've embraced truth that once scared you, and now the truth is setting you free. This is not accidental. This is the work of my spirit. This is me doing what only I can, taking broken pieces and forming unshakable wholeness. The more you walk with me, the more you reflect me. My nature becomes your nature. My patience shapes your reactions. My love spills out in how you treat others. The more you know me, the more you discover yourself, because your identity is not found in the mirror. It's found in my eyes, in my presence, in the still, quiet moments where I remind you who you are, fully known, fully loved, fully purposed. You are my child, my image bearer, my vessel of mercy, my light in a weary world. You are not broken. You are being built with divine hands. You are not confused. You are being clarified by my truth. You are not behind. You are being positioned right on time, in step with my spirit. There is nothing accidental about your process. Every detail is deliberate. Every season is sacred. Don't fear the becoming. Don't resist the stretching. Don't run from the refining. I am the author, the potter, the finisher. I always finish what I start, and what I'm building in you will be more beautiful, more holy, more unshakable than you ever imagined. Chapter 9. The reward is me. You ask for answers, for breakthroughs, for change. You pour your heart out with longing, with faith, with a hunger to see my hand move. And I hear you. I hear every word before it leaves your lips. I see every desire forming inside you, even the ones you don't know how to express. I'm not distant. I'm not ignoring you. I'm working. In layers, in silence, in timing that aligns with a bigger picture than you can yet understand. But above all, I want you to know, I am the reward. The real victory isn't the blessing you're waiting for. It's not the open door, the answered prayer, or the dream come true. It's intimacy with me. That closeness, that communion, that unshakable bond we build through the valleys and on the mountaintops. The true prize is peace that stays even when the storm still rages. It's hope that endures when the outcome is still unclear. It's knowing, deeply and unshakably, that even if the fire doesn't stop, I'll walk in it with you. I won't leave. I won't flinch. I won't forsake you. My presence will go with you, even into the flames. Remember Daniel. He didn't worship to avoid the lions. He worshiped because he knew I was worthy. He stood firm not because he had assurance of rescue, but because he trusted my character. Remember the three in the furnace. They didn't demand deliverance. They stood firm because they believed I was enough, even if I chose not to deliver. That's the kind of relationship I long for with you. Not one based on outcomes, but on trust, on love, on communion, on surrender. Do I bless? Yes. Do I answer prayer? Absolutely. I delight in giving good gifts to my children. I am generous beyond measure, faithful to my promises, attentive to every detail of your life. But don't miss the greater gift, me. My presence is the treasure. My voice is the compass. My love is the fire that sustains you through every trial. My friendship is the greatest blessing you'll ever carry. All other rewards will fade, but this one, the gift of knowing me, endures forever. When you seek me first, everything else aligns. Your priorities shift, your cravings refine. You stop chasing what doesn't satisfy. You stop settling for shallow victories and fleeting applause. You anchor your heart in the eternal, and your spirit finds its true home. The storms no longer unseat you. The silence no longer frightens you, because you have found me to be enough. Don't just want me for what I give. Want me for who I am. I am not a vending machine. I am not a rescue plan. I am your Father, your Maker, your Sustainer. I am the lover of your soul, the lifter of your head, the author and finisher of your faith. I'm not distant. I'm not distracted. I am right here. I've always been, and I always will be. You are never walking alone. Not in the waiting, not in the pain, not in the disappointment. I am your reward, not only at the end of the race, but in every mile along the way. When you finally see me as the treasure, you'll realize you've already won. Chapter 10. Keep winning, quietly or loudly. You may not see it, but you are walking in victory. You may not feel it every day, but heaven sees every faithful step. Every day you choose grace, you win. When bitterness tries to take root and you respond with mercy, you win. Every time you hold your tongue when anger rises, you win. Every act of love given when love isn't returned, every whispered prayer when your voice trembles, every sacrifice you make when no one applauds. I see it all. I count it all. I treasure it all. Winning in my eyes looks different. It doesn't always come with applause or celebration. It looks like faith in failure, when you trust me even when things fall apart. It looks like love in betrayal, when you bless the ones who hurt you. It looks like courage in fear, when you move forward with trembling hands because you know I go with you. It looks like my son, serving, surrendering, sacrificing, carrying the weight of love on a cross, not for recognition, but for redemption. So keep going, keep shining. Even when you feel dim, keep rising. Even when the weight feels heavy. The world may not clap for you, but heaven does. I do. Angels rejoice over your quiet battles, over the nights you didn't give up, over the mornings you rose again. Your small steps are sacred. Your hidden faith is powerful. Your quiet victories are the loudest echoes in eternity. Don't stop now. You were born for this walk of endurance, this life of light. You are equipped for this, clothed in righteousness, filled with my spirit. You are destined for this, called to carry peace, to live with hope, to shine like stars in the darkness. You are not just passing through, you are impacting eternity. And one day, when you stand before me, it won't be the trophies or the titles I mention. It won't be the status you achieved or the applause you received. It will be the moments you thought no one saw, the tears you cried in secret, the kindness you gave in silence, the obedience you offered in the shadows. Those are the moments I remember, the ones I will reward, the ones I will speak about with joy. You are winning, not just someday in the distant future, now in this moment, in the struggle, in the perseverance, because you are mine. And in me, victory is not something you chase. It is something you carry. It lives in you. It moves with you. It shines through you. Now go. Live like it, with confidence. Love like it, with courage. Walk like it, with purpose. Let your steps proclaim what your soul already knows. You are winning.